Hello and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be all about the game that has took over my phone for the past few weeks, and that is Pokemon Pocket TCG. Now, if you somehow haven't heard of Pokemon Pocket TCG, that is Pokemon's latest app to try and get some money off of Pokemon fans. Now, to start off, this game can be fully free to play. You don't have to spend a single penny. I have not spent any money, all of my friends I know who is playing it have not spent any money, and all of us are very satisfied with our experience. So the free-to-play aspect of this game is every 12 hours in real time, you can pull one Pokemon card pack. Now, the main difference is these card packs only have 5 cards compared to the traditional like 10 or so that we get in the physical packs. And it's not a huge deal, but it just is something to say. Now, right now there are 2 semi-expansions right now that you can pull from. The first being the one it launched with, Genetic Apex, and that has Mewtwo, Charizard, and Pikachu specific packs to pull from. Now, each of these packs have a lot of common cards that they all share, but they also have some specific cards that you can only get from the specific Pokemon's packs. This does mean if you want to complete any of these little Pokedexes, you will need to pull from all of them. Now, they just recently, at the end of 2024, added Mew with the Mythical Islands expansion, and we will be getting more pretty soon. I believe they come out sometime in January, so be prepared for a lot more. Now, if you are someone that just has an itch to pull more than 2 packs every day, you can either buy some more pulls. They do have a battle pass that allows you to pull 3 times a day. I personally don't see it as a great exchange rate, but you do you. The way that I'm going to suggest you do that, if you really need to just pull one more, is to use hourglasses. Now, hourglasses are currency that you get very, very often. I think at the highest I had like 800. Keep in mind, I am not someone who puts a whole lot of thought into pulling these cards. I just kind of keep my hourglasses and do my 2 pulls a day. But you can use these hourglasses to speed up that countdown time. Now, 1 hourglass is 1 hour of real time to take off of your countdown. So that is really cool because little things like daily missions, which is just logging in, pulling 2 packs, and then doing a wonder pick, which we will talk about in a second. All of those, even just getting your daily welcome gift. You just need to do 3 of those and then you get more hourglasses. You get 4 hourglasses every day for that. And then you also get some in your free just daily gift. So they will build up fast. So it's not like you're going to be, scrounging for these things. Now, I mentioned wonder picks. So your friends play this game and your friends pull cards. Your friends can pull some really cool cards. They might pull that really cool Chase full art card that you've been wanting, and now you're really jealous, and now you want it yourself. Well, now you can have a 20% chance of having that card be in your collection too. So Wonder Pick goes by similar rules to regular card pack pulls, and every 12 hours you get another hourglass to use. I'm not fully sure what the conversion rate for hours to hourglasses is here. They do confuse me a slight bit, so I won't really go into that. But essentially, if one of your friends pulls a bunch of basic cards, you can use one of your max of 5 hourglasses to try and pull just one of the cards that they got in their set of 5. Now, if they get something good, like maybe an EX card, it might cost 2 hourglasses. Now, the big one is if they manage to get a full art card in their pack, that wonder pick will be 3 hourglasses to try and pull. Keep in mind, you have a 20% chance of pulling the card you want. So it's not a guarantee, but it is slightly better odds than 1 pack out of how many cards there are right now. So that's just a fun, neat little option that you can do, and it refills automatically, so you really have nothing to lose. And also, fun fact, if you have someone playing in a different language, that language carries over to the cards you pull, so you can have something in Spanish, French, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Just a neat little thing that you can see. The card will stay in their native language. Now, for those who like showcasing off pretty Pokemon cards, this game also caters to you, unlike previous versions of the Pokemon TCG battling systems like Pokemon TCG Live, which I hated. You can have card binders and card boards, that you display on your profile and in the community tab. These basically just allow you to put a fancy back on the cards and then put your pretty Pikachu or Eevee up, and you can show it to the entire community that's playing Pokemon Pocket. It's just a little thing, and I do kind of wish that they would allow you to kind of bring this more towards like showing it off in your profile, but to each their own. At least we got something. Now, for those of you who like Pokemon battling or even want to get into Pokemon battling having known nothing, this is a very good app for that. Now, you can have two different ways of battling. You can have the solo battling or the versus battling. Now, the solo is, if you're new, the easiest way to get into it. I highly suggest doing the solo first. And that allows you to go against bots, from very easy beginner bots to advanced bots that actually know what they're doing, and you can learn the mechanics and how this game works. Now, the Pokemon Pocket battling does work slightly differently than the actual physical TCG game, and the main difference is there are no energy cards. You will be supplied 1 energy point per round for you, and that is all you can do. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to pray that you top deck any energy in late game, just stuff like that. All of your cards in your deck go to Pokemon and sport cards. I believe that's really the main difference, and it's also very helpful because if you simply don't have enough energy for a move on your active Pokemon, that move just doesn't light up. It's grayed out and it's really easy to read. I think that it's really good for maybe younger kids that are getting into this game, or maybe someone who just doesn't know really what they're doing with the TCG, and I think it just eases people in very nicely. Now, the versus acts basically the exact same, except you are obviously fighting a real person that's also playing Pokemon Pocket. Now, you can either take a pre-made deck, and there are some of those that you start off unlocked right from the beginning, or there's also new pre-con decks that you can unlock by pulling specific cards. But keep in mind, I believe you can only use each of the pre-con decks a total of 10 times per deck, and then I'm not really sure what happens. I've never used one that many times, but I'm going to assume they go away. But you can also use a pre-con deck as a sort of sketch for what you can do. You can take the blueprints of their deck and just make it on your own if you have all the cards. And then, of course, you can just make whatever deck you want with your own cards. You can have, I believe, up to only 2 different types of energy, so do keep that in mind. And the last thing to really tie things together is the events. So far, there have been 3 different types of events since the launch of Pokemon Pocket. Now, 2 of them revolve around battling, and one of them is just a simple login. So for Christmas and New Year's, we had a 7-day login event. You simply go in, log in. For the Christmas, you literally just log in and you get free packs, free hourglasses, and free little custom aesthetic pieces. And for New Year's, there was a bit of a difference. You did get stuff for logging in, but you also got stuff for giving a thumbs up to anyone that you interact with, or doing wonder picks or participating in battles. Really, really simple stuff that anybody at any stage of the game can do, and you get more stuff like hourglasses, packs, and more little custom aesthetic pieces. Now, the actual events that you have to actually participate in to do stuff is 1 type for solo battling and 1 type for event battling. Now, the event battling, and funny enough, we have both types going on right now at the recording of this video. The events are 2 types. I've seen one to where you just have to get a certain number of wins, doesn't matter how many times you lose, but if you hit a certain number of wins, you get an emblem. And the emblem can be shown on your player profile, and it will also be flashed across the screen at the beginning of each battle. This is more of like a I'm showing off that I'm really good at the game type of reward, and I guess that would make sense since it is you facing other people. But yeah, it's simply just an emblem that you get, and it marks that you've gotten, there's 3 different types, like 3 levels. Like I got 1 win, I got 5 wins, I got 25 wins. And so each indicate a different type of emblem. So it really does kind of stake your claim about how good you are at the game. Not that that really matters. It's a lot of RNG depending on the deck you're up against and how many cards you pull that are actually good. But my favorite type of events are actually the ones that take place in the solo bracket. And that is simply there is a type of deck that you will have to face, and it will go from very easy beginner to pretty advanced. You actually might have to take off the auto feature. Oh yeah, there's also an auto feature in the solo battling, which is also nice if you're just trying to learn, but also I find it can really just throw the game. So yeah, I wouldn't fully rely on that, but it's nice that it's there. In, for example, the event that's going on right now, you are going against a Blastoise deck. And so you go against different levels of a Blastoise deck. And each time you win, you have a chance to get a promo pack. Now, a promo pack is a packet that has a singular card, and it is special because you can only get those cards during those specific promo packs. We're on our third different set of promo pack A. And yeah, these are just really nice cards that will have a bunch of common cards and then one pretty full art card. And so these are really the cards that I think a lot of the collectors will be going after, because since they're bots, you're not really going to get stomped by someone who's paid a bunch of money to have like the top deck. You're not going to be going against like any of like the Celebi decks that are super scary to go up against. They're kind of all user friendly. And plus you get really cool cards. I just got the Blastoise today actually, so that was really fun. But I think that kind of covers everything. This is a very simple game, and it's something that I just grab like twice a day, once in the morning and then once in the evening when it's back up again. I'll get the little notification, I'll go and I'll do my polls, I'll do a wonder pick, do all the really simple stuff, and that's it. It's not something that I have to sink a bunch of time into, and it's just something that I can just, hey, I got a cool card and I can show the people in the room with me. It's just a really simple game, and yeah, you can play it completely free to play. I feel like it might be like shoving stuff in your face to be like, you can replenish this, you can get this, but it does not feel nearly as bad as any of the gacha games that I have played, so I do feel safe saying, hey, if you want to just collect pretty cards, you can play a Pokemon Pocket TCG, spend $0, you'll be fine. But that's really it. I like the game. I think that it is a huge step forward from Pokemon Live, and I hope that they keep supporting this app. That's basically it. Thank you for everyone who watched this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. It will keep my videos on your homepage. And if you want to go the extra mile, give me a subscribe, and you won't lose me in the sea of YouTube content. I hope to see you in a future video, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.